on your nose, but it's clear how my baby's running this a block cause you fear what you do to you if you get dirty hands and veneer. What you do, what she is, little boy, I tell you this. If baby won't sit, she can sit. If baby says lit, it's lit. Got your bank account and not cute. If she said it loud, it's the truth. If baby wanna ride, she can ride. If baby needs some time, she got time. Got your bank account and not cute. She can make it count. How about you? She would put you in the bag. Wouldn't even need a planet. If she wanted, she a magnet. They should let her name a planet. Everything she drop like Corona, viral, make the world start over like a owner. She ain't about to set, but they really wanna throne her. Listen, she like bass, she like Hova. Self-employed, moving paper better than some Billy Boy. Made a choice on the regular, she bring.
Oh, that was a short intro. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Unapologetic with Mandrell and Shu Shu. Shu Shu is on her way. She's a bit late. However, you got me. And, let's get started. All right. First, who's all here? Let's see. We got Andre Terry. Andre, you're the first one here. What's up, Eugene Steele? How's it going? Dr. Steele. This is another episode of Tenants of Manhood. And this is the fourth one that I've done in this series. So this is the fourth one that I've done in this series. And this one is something that's rather personal. And these are other things. This is something that I practice every day as well. And I recommend that everyone, especially if you are to be a leader, Stoicism is something that you should practice every single day without question. It's a non-starter. You must practice Stoicism if you are to lead someone. Now, if you look at the dictionary of Stoicism, it says one thing. It says Stoicism is the endurance. Oh, hey, there you are. I was starting without you. I got right into I got right into it.
Okay.
We got Andre Terry and Eugene Steele here. Dr. Steele.
Hey, Andre, how are you? Hey, Dr. Steele.
Yeah, Dr. Steele is an educator. I don't know what he teaches though. If he teaches philosophy, this would be a good one for him. I think maybe we can actually get him to come up on the panel tonight.
Yeah, that would be dope.
It would be, wouldn't it? You hear that, Dr. Steele? It'd be dope if he actually come up on the panel tonight when we drop the link.
Right.
How you been, baby sis?
I'm good. How you been?
Tired and sore. He teaches mathematics.
Nice. Okay.
Boring. I don't like math, Dr. Steele. I don't like math. That's the only subject in school I actually had to study for.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't have to study for anything else.
Right.
Nothing. Yeah. I could. Everything else I could pass through in flying colors. All I do is pay attention in class. If I did my homework, it's over. I'm acing the test.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Over. Math, though?
Yeah. No.
And here's the part that tripped me out about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just numbers. All you have to do is remember the pattern, the sequence.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I never understood why I couldn't remember that. Like why it was so hard for me to grasp mathematics. I'm like, why it just didn't stick.
Right. Yeah.
The Book of Ronan. I like math. With an F on it. Look. With two F's.
Right. How you doing, Ronan?
What's up, Ronan? What's up, Canadian boy? Man? He says, I love math. I love math.
Black David, what's going on? Listen, yo.
Let me say this. I come from a polygamous background.
Oh Lord.
My family is from Nigeria.
Oh Lord.
My end is not registered.
Oh Lord. Listen, when I say I've been watching that movie. Black David, this is you. Wake up. Yeah. Oh my God, that was absolutely hilarious, yo. Hilarious.
Yeah. So we got another episode of Tenants of Manhood. I feel absolutely horrible tonight.
Yeah, I hear you coughing, hacking and yakking.
My voice, it's probably gonna be gone tomorrow.
Yeah. What you been screaming?
No. Mandrell was dirty for that. No, it wasn't. He did it. We got it on camera. Who was dirty? Who was dirty for that? Me or Black Man for recording it and then posting it for everybody? See, you always want to blame me for stuff, people.
Hey, you will end up a whole meme over here.
Yeah, you will. You're saying accused, man.
Okay. Okay. It'll be a whole meme. You know what I mean?
I'm in the background.
Oh,
yeah, what's up, Dusto? He says dust.
What's going on, Skim?
So we got 10 people watching right now. So that's good.
So stoicism. Yes.
Yeah, stoicism. What do you think of it?
The art of not giving a fuck. Yes.
It's not that.
I know that's what some people like to think of it as, but it's definitely.
Remember when people looked at me and they're like, "Why are you so upset all the time?" What do you mean? You know, I had that what they call resting bitch face.
Mm-hmm.
Did I really have that?
Sometimes just look like you was just mad. Like, are you okay? But you know,
what you have to say? Go ahead.
I was just basically gonna be like, you know, stoicism isn't about not caring or not having emotions or anything. It's just about separating or knowing the difference between what's in our control and what's not in our control. And understanding, how that there are certain things in life that are going to happen to us that are not within your control. There's nothing you can do about it. But it's not so much as the event that happens, but everything to do with how you respond to it.
Yeah, it's like, well, chaotic. We just started the show, so you've catch the beginning. We will be dropping the link later. Join us on the panel then. I was gonna do this by itself, but I thought about it. I said, no, this is Tenants of Manhood. So welcome to, and Albert also already introduced told the audience that this is episode 4, the fourth installment in this series, Tenants of Manhood. If you want to be a leader, you must be stoic. It's a non-starter. Yep. You want to lead anybody, you must practice stoicism every day.
Yeah, it is a great practice to have.
Yeah, and the thing is, people, like I said, the actual when you look at Webster's and you look at the definition of stoicism, the endurance of pain or hardship without the display of feeling or without complaint. So we got family members, right? They could be on their deathbed, like mama. Mama could be dying sick. You all right, mama? Yeah, I'm fine.
Right.
And you can look at it and be like,
yeah, no, you're not.
No, you're not. You're not fine.
Right.
I got that from her too. I heard it from her too.
Yeah.
Says,
I don't think it's cool to be walking around here like, telling your life story to everybody because everybody don't need to know your business. And that's then true. And it's sad when people put themselves on blast and put everything they're doing on social media and then get mad because they don't like the responses that they're getting. They don't like, the opinions that people are having, but yet you put the information out there for people to have an opinion on. So, no. I don't feel like talking about it, or if I don't feel like it's any of anybody's business, I don't talk about it. I don't put it out there.
Right. Here's the thing. What you just mentioned, that's the opposite of stoicism. If a stoic puts out the information, they understand that they're going to get ridiculed. They understand that they're going to get criticism. and they're welcome. They welcome criticism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a Stoic welcomes criticism. They understand that. And one of the we'll get to it, but that's in one of the things that Stoics don't do. They don't worry about other people's opinion. And we'll get to it. We'll get to this as well. I got some thoughts on it. How, you know, why you shouldn't, why Stoics don't, you know, worry about other people's opinions. So I do read philosophy, as you know. Like, you remember years ago I was telling you about, I've been reading the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius.
Mm-hmm.
And you call me a nerd?
Yeah.
Nerd!
Are you still a nerd now? Anyway, but go ahead, carry on.
But yeah, anyway. Mm-hmm. So Stoicism was founded by Zeno of Citium. Mm-hmm. One of his quotes is, "Well-being is realized by small steps, but it is no small thing."
Right.
Okay. In other words, you don't promise yourself that you're gonna. Here's an example. You don't promise yourself that you're gonna decide to start reading, right? Mm-hmm. But you know, you start by reading 1 page a day.
Right.
You know, you say you're gonna start reading more, right? You promise yourself, I'm gonna read more, right? Mm-hmm. But you know, when you do that, you don't really start anything. You know, just kind of you buy a book and it just kind of sits around. Mm-hmm. But if you sit down and read 1 page every day, that's the start.
Right.
It's an old Chinese proverb. It says that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 step.
So, yeah.
Right. Like, in other words, you know, you don't decide that you're gonna transform your body with diet and exercise. Mm-hmm. You just start going for a walk every day. Mm-hmm. That's how you take small steps towards well-being.
Right.
Those are some examples. I mean, you make a small decision and then you build on that. Mm-hmm. That's how you do it. You know, everything today is a microwave society. Everybody wants instant gratification, something for nothing. Nobody can tell you the whole thing.
Right. Nobody can tell you the whole thing.
Yeah. Nobody can tell you the whole thing. Instant gratification, something for nothing. You know, the whole nine, right?
The etymology is the etymology. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the etymology.
You know what I mean?
You know, it's because you don't understand etymology, parsing, and syntax.
Right. Exactly.
Take that down.
I appreciate that. That's sweet.
Now, Epictetus sums up all of Stoic philosophy, and he says it comes down to persisting and resisting. Mm-hmm. You know, that means that there's some stuff you should start doing, some stuff you should keep doing, and some things that you just should do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then there's stuff that you should just stop doing, and things that you just shouldn't do ever.
Right. Well, one principle of Stoicism is there's in so many words, everything has happened before. So that's their version of there's nothing new under the sun. People have been people since the beginning of time. People are people now, and people are going to be people until we pass along, until the end of time.
Yeah.
So when you talk about there's some things you should do, some things you shouldn't do, and I mean, of course, but people are going to be people, and they're going to do them all day, every day. So, you know, I think when it comes to philosophy, when it comes to like religious practices, a lot of them, the main purpose of having them is to establish some kind of order or structure, a discipline in our lives. Because let's just be honest, human beings are just a bunch of, you know, chaotic beings running around here, and you know, there has to be some kind of order or structure, or else everybody's just be doing whatever they want to do. But at the end of the day, even though you have these religious practices, these philosophical practices and stuff like that, people still do what they want to do, even when they be set claiming religion and stuff like that. They still do what they want to do and follow only the rules and principles that they really want to practice. So,
right. So what do you think about Ephesus? What he was saying about how he sums up philosophy, and persisting and resisting. He sums it up into two categories. Now, Ephesus was a Greek Stoic philosopher, right? Greek. So he's not my favorite. He died in I think it's 135 AD. Yeah, he 135 AD. He died. Don't ask to where in Greece. I forgot. It's been so long ago since I read that. But
right.
Okay, what do you mean?
That's what I think about what he said. Like people, there are things we should do, we shouldn't do, and all this other stuff. But you have to establish a discipline and an order in your own life,
right? Like people think
and that you live by. And the problem with people is that they want to do what they want to do, but they don't want to be ridiculed for it. They don't want to be held accountable for it. They won't want to be called out for it, but they want to call out everybody else. That's how people operate.
Yeah. Well, I agree.
They want to speak and call out when they don't have a right to. So basically, people are full of shit.
Yeah, I think
that's one of the core philosophies in Stoicism too. People are full of shit. That's why one of the principles is focuses on not worrying about what other people think. And there's a parable I came up with myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm smart like that.
Right. Well, that's not
that came up with myself. Once you stop worrying about what people think, once you understand how people think, you stop worrying about what people think. And at the end of the day, people are just full of shit.
I don't think you should worry about how they think either, unless that person is of some importance to you. Like it could be a boss at your boss at a job, or an employee of yours, or something like that. Now, or a family member, a spouse, a sibling. Those are people who you need to know how they think. Those are people who are of importance. Those are people who are significant. You know what I'm saying? And what you said about not caring what people think, we'll get to that. That's in my notes. I've always found philosophy fascinating. It's always been one of my favorite subjects. I've loved that far more than history. I've loved it far more than history.
I get it, and I get that Stoicism. Like, what I'm saying, this is one of your part of your tenets of manhood, but like Stoicism is very vast. I mean, there are a lot of very, very valuable lessons. I think the best thing, and especially for the interest of time of the stream, you just go straight to the ones that are prominent in today's time, and specifically to like the YouTube talking points, because that's the ones that's most that people will get the most out of.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not here to give people what they want. I'm here to give them what they need. And we're not talking about YouTube talking points tonight.
Here's the thing. People know what they need, but they never
No, they don't.
Go for what they want.
No, they don't.
People always lean more towards what they want instead of going for what they need. The practical and rational thing would be, needs first over wants. But the average person goes for wants over needs.
But the thing is, the average person, not the average person, but the vast majority of people don't know what they need until they need it. That's the issue here.
No, I mean, I'm going to give you some pushback.
Bring it on.
Like you would say shelter is a basic need, right?
And you don't need it until you're out in the night air. They don't know they need it. I'm telling you, people don't know what they need until they need it.
No. That's a basic need. People know they need somewhere to live.
Now,
they need somewhere to rest their head, right? But what people will do is, let's say Beyonce tickets. The tickets are astronomically high. They will take rent money and buy Beyonce tickets with it, and then at the end of the month, ducking and dodging the landlord or the property manager because they ain't got the money because they spent it on Beyonce tickets.
Yeah, but we're not
knowing good and well, like, rather than going to the grocery, food. is a basic need. You need that. You have to eat. Rather than, because as expensive as groceries are, as expensive as it is to eat out, people order DoorDash, Uber Eats, all this other stuff, spending all this money unnecessarily on eating out rather than just going to the grocery store, buying you some groceries and cooking a meal at home. Or hell, buying a microwave dinner, microwave it. That's cheaper than going out and eating a meal. So the bottom line is this: people put their wants over their needs all the time.
They do. Here's the thing: you're not diving deep enough. Here's where Big Brother comes in. The reason why they do that is because they think that they can get by without investing their money into the provision, like you say, like the rent money. They take the rent money and go to a Beyonce concert. They think, hey, I'll get the money later by some other means. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll skip a meal to take that money and buy something else. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they know they need it, but they don't know that they need it. You know what I'm saying? They don't know they need to prioritize shelter, food, utilities first. And the importance of that, they take it for granted. They take that for granted. And so they take that money and they parlay it off into something else that's entertaining. Like you say, entertaining. People do choose. I agree with you. People do choose what they want over what they need. I agree with that. However, most people, when it comes to things other than that, like shelter and food, stuff like that, when it comes to other things that benefit their life, they don't know what they need until they need it, because most people don't put thought into it.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah, that's what I mean here. Of course, food and shelter. And you're right about on all accounts about everything you said. When it comes to other things that benefit their life, for example, like most people think about food, shelter, and a relationship, and that's where it ends. They just want to have fun. You know, after they've taken care of their food and shelter, they just want to enjoy life after that. Fair enough. However, there are other things you need to think about, you know, like growing, how to grow as a person, what kind of people benefit you by elevating you and uplifting you. They don't know what these kind of people are. They don't know what they look like. They don't know how they think, because they don't go looking for these people. They don't read up on people, you know. So that's what I'm talking about. We're talking about the same thing, but in two different contexts.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, like you said, for the sake of time, let's get to it. What do you say? All right. Let's start with things Stoics don't do.
Okay.
They don't fear change.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, you shouldn't, because like the world is ever changing, life is ever changing, and you shouldn't.
Okay. See, generally Stoics aren't they're not trying not to be afraid of things, but of all the things a Stoic tries specifically not to fear is change. All things are born from change. Right. Everything good that ever happened to you in life came from change.
Right. Yeah.
Life came from change.
Yeah.
A Stoic doesn't fear change because they're prepared for things, because they know they can handle anything. That's why Stoics don't fear change. Right. So my question to you is, what do you think of this? And also, why is it that so many people don't move forward? They find trouble moving forward. A lot of people don't like change. They don't like things that are different. They seem to not understand that just because something is different doesn't make it wrong. And they don't understand that just because some things are similar doesn't make it the same. You know,
people strive for, are always seeking stability in the sense of like something that is constant. They're looking for, constant patterns in life. Meaning, like, if I live in a place that I live in a house, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather live in a house than have to jump from apartment to apartment or keep moving. Or like, a lot of times when people are in relationships, people will stay in a toxic relationship because it's familiar. It's consistent. and it's familiar. And they much rather stay in a situation that's unhealthy as opposed to getting rid of that and moving themselves to a better situation, or trying to seek a situation or a relationship that's healthy. Because seeking a relationship that's healthy is uncomfortable. And it's uncomfortable because it's unfamiliar. It pushes you out of the comfort zone. Here's a common thing too. We all know that death is a fate that we all face. Everybody. We are all destined to lose our parents. We're all destined to lose friends. We're all destined to lose our life at some point in time. But yet when it happens, when we lose a parent, we lose a loved one, we lose a friend, or, you know, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe it happened. But you know that that's a part of reality, right? That's a fate that we all face. But oh my God. But they died, they passed away. Yeah. And you're gonna pass away too. But it's just like when these things that we know are destined and bound to happen, when they actually happen, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Yeah, that's a reality of life.
You're jumping ahead. Okay. But you're in structure.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get to that. Why are you trying to press fast forward?
Because we only have an hour and a half and we already 30 minutes through. 26
minutes. But anyway, I'll do it in the mess with you. You know that, right?
I know.
I'm correcting you. Just, you know why I'm doing it, right? You know why I do that to you?
Oh, wow.
To annoy you.
I don't care.
Really? If you didn't care, I wouldn't do it.
You can't get on my nerves. How about that?
Oh, really? Don't tip that. Don't test that.
How about that?
Cash me outside then.
It's First of all, my name is Hair. Don't call me.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay.
We don't have the time. We don't have the time. Later. Okay. By the way, people, if you want to contribute to the show, please send a Cash App. The Cash App and the PayPal is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. If you're feeling magnanimous, please donate. Also, super chats. You take those too. Now, when it comes to not fearing change, Marcus Aurelius says in his meditations, what am I going to do about tomorrow? I'm going to meet it with the same weapons that I met today. You still there?
I'm here.
Wow.
Listen,
okay.
I was boiling some water so I could make me some tea, and I didn't want the water to boil out.
Gotcha. And what did Marcus Aurelius say?
Which part?
He says
what you lack.
No, he says
he did say that. He said,
but that's not what I said though.
What you say then?
What am I going to do about tomorrow? I'm going to meet it with the same weapons that I met today. Now, here's my thing about this, okay? Knowing what you're capable. Here's my thing about not fearing change.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing what you're capable of, knowing what you can handle means that you don't have to fear change. You don't need to cling to make everything the same.
Right.
And part of Stoic ideals of indifference, and part of the Stoic idea doesn't mean you don't care, but it means you're good either way. So because the preparation a Stoic does, they don't need things to be a certain way. They don't need, a Stoic doesn't have to have a preference about how things are going to go tomorrow, whether it's going to be a rainy or clear, whether it's going to be hot or cold, whether people are going to love them or hate them. Mm-hmm. They know what they're supposed to do. They can handle anything. Mm-hmm. So Stoics don't fear change. So Stoics don't fear change. Doesn't have preference and they don't have preference because we don't need to. Mm-hmm. We can handle anything that life throws at us.
Right.
Because sometimes you're like, what do you want to eat? What do you want to eat for dinner? Like, I don't know. Don't have a preference. You don't have a preference. Because
I guess you listen.
Well, this
the hell? Oh Lord.
It doesn't have anything to do about Black history. We'll read that later. Okay.
Sorry.
Another one. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Right.
Marcus Aurelius said, "You're better off not giving small things more attention than they're worth."
Mm-hmm.
Stay focused. So, in other words, people, stay focused on what matters. You can ask yourself, is this essential? Does it matter? And if it doesn't, what do? You ignore it.
Right.
Okay, now give him the let's acknowledge the
roll call. Sorry.
Well, do the jingle. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. What's the purpose of having?
Forgive me, I'm trying to find.
Okay.
You could have just said that in the back chat. You didn't have to pop up on the screen.
We got it. No. We got it coming up. The hell.
You know what? We're gonna move on.
My name is Rosa. They say I'm supposed to sit in the back, but I'm tired here, so I'm finna sit right closer. Come get me up then. It's gonna take about 3, 4, 5 men. And I ain't finna repeat myself again. Fight me. Somebody get her. My name is Eve. I didn't believe. I trusted Satan, ate that apple, he deceived. And I'm naked. I thought I was awakened. I'm the first to do it. Y'all my daughters, we related. Trick on Big Harry. Don't call me slave hoe. The hell? From the underground, railroad, bustin' down mouth of dope. When I say run, you better go. In the dark, that Glocky glow.
Why you made Eve a flat? Sorry. Why you made me a flat? My name is Eve. I didn't believe. I'm sorry. Okay,
next.
Scam like it for the super chat.
Yeah, thank you, Scam like it, for the super chat. Appreciate it. He's like, ×2. No, that'll be another $10. No, you don't love it, Dr. Nakumbe. You don't love it. Stop it. I don't. Anyway, next one is, don't value others' opinions above your own. Now, Marcus Aurelius says this. Think about a person. Think about this person. Think about what they just submitted to think about you. Who they are. Think about what they're addicted to. Think about what they've ever accomplished. And what, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Now here's my thoughts about that. Because I do think about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
When people give me criticism or whatever. Okay. And what you realize is that this person whose opinion you are about to let, supersede your own evaluation of yourself and your work is actually worse than meaningless. Because, people, this is talking about people like when they give you opinions and it's criticism or judgment, that context. Mm-hmm. If it's a judgment or a condemnation, if someone's condemning you, then if someone's coming down on you, they're judging you, condemning you, then you start evaluating that person. Like, okay, who's telling me this? Are they credible? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Is this person's opinion valid? So you look into you think about that person, what they're addicted to, what they like, what they don't like, what kind of person they are. Mm-hmm. And again, like Marcus Aurelius says, oftentimes what you find is that their opinion is worse than meaningless because, number one, they don't know about the subject matter. They don't know anything about you.
Context. Oh.
Right. They don't know anything about you. You're right, And so what does their opinion matter?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He also says that we love ourselves more than we care about other people. But then for some reason, we care about other people's opinions more than our own.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I got a question.
Uh-huh.
So in this whole hold them accountable space, this whole women are delusional for their expectations, women who think they're 9s and they're really like 6s, at what point do you evaluate it like, hey, okay, am I over? Do I have a false opinion of myself, of my thoughts?
You should ask yourself that every day, if not several times a day. You should always be evaluating yourself, at least once a day, minimum. You know what I mean? Ask yourself, am I a better person today than I was yesterday? You know, are my thoughts delusional? Am I asking for too much? Am I expecting too much of people? Like the people who come at you and call you names and judge you and condemn you, they're like the opposite. When you think about it, a lot of times they're like the opposite of who you're trying to be. So it's good that they don't like what you are, what you're doing. You know, you don't want their approval. Focus on what you think. Focus on. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, my notes are off.
Put your glasses on.
I'm just saying, yeah. Plus, no, I actually did. There are a few typos in here.
Lord.
Focus on the thing is focus. It's just a punctuation error. Focus on what you think, comma. Focus on who you want to be.
Right.
That's what it is. You should focus on who you are. Focus on who you want to be, and break down what the person that you want to be, and take the steps to become that person, and put those steps into action. Actually do the steps. In other words, you know, you're in this space, you got to do the work. You actually have to, that's real. You actually have to do the work to become the person that you want to be. The question is, do you have the willpower? Do you have the resolve? If you don't have the competency can be gained and increased. So it comes back down to willpower. Do you have the will to do that, to become competent?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How do you have the resolve to endure? How challenging is going to be to gain the competency and gain the morality and everything else that comes with it, the character of the person you're going to become.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, hey, Lady Navoy.
Hey, Lady Navoy, how you doing?
Every time I see her say, man. She called you man.
She called me man, right.
Oh,
I love Lady Navoy, though.
Oh, Lord. Oh, wait. Hold on. Dr. Nakumbe has a good question. He says, how do you do that but not cross the line into overthinking?
How do you do that but not crossing the line of overthinking? We'll get to that, Doc. Oh, next is, put a pin in that one. We'll get to it. Don't seek revenge. Stoics don't seek revenge. A Stoic does not need to get even. A Stoic, they don't. A Stoic does not need to get it.
Why not?
Marcus Aurelius says the best revenge is to not be like that. To not be like the people who wronged you.
Right.
Seneca, he says that we get angry about things, but how ridiculous is this? You never return a kick to a mule or a bite to a dog.
Let me stop. Okay, I was gonna say, but they put the dog down. though. They euthanize the dog. Yeah, they do.
No.
Kick
The animal control does. You don't.
But if I want them to, if I ask them to do it, like yo, nah, he out of control. Put him down.
Yeah, but they don't do that to somebody who punches you in the stomach.
They throw him in jail.
But that's not revenge. You didn't get your lick back.
It's justice, though.
How is it justice? What if you had it coming?
But if I didn't put my hands on that person, see what I'm saying? They don't have right to put their hands on me.
Shout out to Cody S. King, man. Cody S. King said, nah, I'm going to hit the mule and the dog.
Right. That's right. That's justice. But I know what you mean. Though. Like when you're always seeking revenge, it eats at you. You know what I mean?
The thing is, a revenge is you swiftly become the person that you're getting revenge on. You're becoming. Because here's the thing, the thing is with revenge. Say you go get them and you get revenge or whatever. What if they survive and come back after you? What if their sibling or friend or child comes back for revenge? When does the cycle end?
Right. Yeah.
And it's going to get to a point where if you're not willing to go as far as your enemy is, you probably stand no chance of winning. Because this whole situation of revenge, it gets real ugly, and it's just like desires. Like when I did Tenants Of Manhood, and one of them is like, desire nothing your whole life long. Stop with the desire. Stop desire. You know, real clarity for me comes when you stop being afraid and you stop desiring things. You stop desiring power, possessions, material possessions. You know what I'm saying? You let all that go. Right? And there you have it. You have to let like when someone does something wrong to you, your best thing is don't be like them. That's the best revenge. Be better than them. Right. Just because they, like, say you're in a war and they capture some of your people and they torture your people, right? And you capture some of their people. Are you going to torture their people too? Well, they did it to us, but torture is wrong and cruel and inhumane. So are you going to become an inhumane person like the person who did to you, or are you going to be better? Which one?
I'm going to be better, but I'm going to still put the ass in the work.
Gotcha.
You better know that.
All right.
It may not be as inhumane and cruel, but I'm going to put the asses to work. I'm going to get the ass. You hurt my family. I will have my vengeance. No. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Remember that, black man.
All right. Now, the next one is don't start from behind. Stoics don't start from behind. You attack the day. You get up in the morning, and let's say you do push-ups or something like that, or you read 2 pages out of a book or a page out of a book. You start your coffee or whatever, you get ready. Don't start from behind. Don't wake up late. The alarm clock comes up, go ahead and get up. When it's time to go to sleep, you need 8 hours of sleep or so, 6, somewhere between 6 and 8 hours, or 7 and 8 hours. Go to sleep on time so that you can start the day right. Gotcha. This is an exercise in discipline. Okay. Right. And people think Stoics are just philosophers. They weren't that. There's a lot that goes into Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius was a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Nietzsche was a boxer. Yeah. So, they practice in pugilism as well, because pugilism, combat sports, and competition is humbling because you don't win all the time. Like you hear me talk about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? It's humbling. You're going to get, when you first start, you're going to get tapped out a lot. Right. A lot. Right. And you can walk in there thinking you're the biggest, baddest, big bad of them all, but then you get against a guy like a quarter of your size, he folds you up. Yeah. Well, I just want to point out,
Trey had a good question. He says, how do you deal with other people thinking you're an easy target if you don't exact revenge? I think there's a difference between revenge and like standing up for yourself.
Right.
Yourself. There's a difference.
Yeah. Revenge is, someone steals from you and they get away with it at first. But now you're going to go back for them. Now, if they come back to you, you know that they're a thief, you handle it then. But not out of a revenge, but to send a message saying, hey, all right, you got one off, man. You ain't getting a second one. Yeah. Like I'm no pushover. Like if bullies bully you, you hit them in the,
Right. Like that 6-year-old is not going to be prosecuted. I think he does need to go to juvenile detention or something, because if not, when he gets 16, he's going to pull a gun on somebody else. But they just, what are they going to do? Make an excuse for him then? Gotcha. And real quick, I want to acknowledge Dr. Nakumbe's super chat. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. He says, let go of that, precious. Don't feed into the negative energy. Thank you so much.
Give him the Eugene Steele.
Oh, yeah.
You been looking for me?
Yeah.
Always here.
That's fine. You were looking for me? Damn, baby. I ain't going nowhere. I'm chilling right here. Me and her every day on the track, chilling with the pocket queen. Knowing you by
All right. Are you still there?
I'm here.
You done fixing your tea?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. What kind of tea is it?
Green tea. Because I ain't gonna be able to go to sleep. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. Don't be so reachable. There's a story about Napoleon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Napoleon said that anytime he was on voyage, when he got mail, he wouldn't read his mail until 3 weeks before it's time for him to head out.
Yeah.
And it's because he understood that most problems will work themselves out.
Yeah.
And so he was focused on what was going on right then and there, right?
Moment, yeah.
Yeah. Now, my notes here is just understand that you don't have to concern yourself with every single detail. Dr. Nakumbe, you listening?
Oh, Lord.
Don't be so reachable. You don't need to understand you don't have to concern yourself with every detail. You don't have to be on top of everything in real time. You don't have to respond to everything in real time.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be willing not to know every single thing that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's a part of Stoicism. You don't have to be willing. You have to be willing to not know every single thing that's going on. Some things you have to let go of. Some things you have to delegate to other people. You have to. You can't allow. You can't bog yourself down with so much information that it causes you to lose focus on what's most important, things that you put on your top priorities list.
Right.
You know, because if you concern yourself with every single detail, you will lose that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you'll get distracted, and it leads to subpar performance and production. It's not productive. Bottom line. Shout out to Little Podcast.
Little Podcast. I know.
Yeah.
What up, Podcast?
I seen your little podcast.
You're right. Yeah, I seen your little podcast. It's cute. That's how people do.
It's cute.
It's cute. Yeah.
Okay.
I seen your little podcast.
Next one. You have a right to not have an opinion. Understand that you have a right to not have an opinion. You don't always have to have an opinion to have, let's see. What is it?
But I got to say something.
You always have the option to have no opinion at all.
Oh, so
if it's not important, if someone brings something up, it's not important, don't bother with an opinion. Or if it's something that people are talking about and you don't know anything about it, what's wrong with say, hey, I don't know anything about this subject. I'm going to listen to you all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tommy B does this all the time. If it's something people talking about and you don't know nothing about it, Tommy B was sitting there quiet.
I feel like when you're talking to people who are more knowledgeable about a subject matter than you are, it makes you look better just to be honest, as opposed to trying to pretend to keep up with a conversation. What's that Robert had said one time talking about these like chicks out here who try to be smarter than what they are. He went on a date with a chick. She was he's like, he hate if you tell a chick like I like to ride horses for fun. She'd be like, I'm a Neapolitan too. She's trying to say she's a what you call the people who ride horses? I forgot what you call it.
Talking about the jockeys, the one who race them?
Yeah.
Those are jockeys.
No, not a jockey. Don't worry about it. Never mind. Moving on.
I thought you just rode a horse. I didn't. That's something I don't know anything about. If it's I know Neapolitan ain't it. I know that much. I know that much about it.
No. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Do not look for outside approval. He said, what's the reference for this lesson tonight? I want to read. Read the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah, Meditations.
The Meditations of Marcus Aurelius, Trey. You can find it on Amazon. Don't look for outside approval. You want to look inward. You want to create your own standards, your own scoreboard for what's important to you. A Stoic does not look for outside. A Stoic does not look outside themselves for benchmarks, for their success, or their happiness. Mm-hmm. For this, they don't look out. They don't look outside for their self-worth, and you find that internally, yourself, because that's what's called your self-worth. You know what I'm saying? It's yours. What do you
think? It's called self-esteem. How can I mess up the esteem of yourself? How mess up how you feel about you, Stacey? Anyway. Yeah.
Right. In other words, I mean, people find themselves in this situation where it's because they kind of compare themselves to others. They look at other people's what people call success.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they measure themselves up to that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where people get caught up in looking for outside approval. And they're looking for the approval of other people. Like, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Hey, what do you think? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's no, it's not a good thing. Because what do you think about yourself? It doesn't, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what other people think of you. What do you think of you? That's the important part.
That is important. I do agree that it is important. But yeah.
Would you rather be rich or famous?
Rich.
Thank you. There you go. I'd rather be rich. I don't want you to know what I got. You ain't got to know. You don't have. People don't have to know I have money. People don't have to know what successes I've had. They don't have to know the failures.
Right.
And you got to focus on what's important, which is yourself. You have to love yourself first, above all else. And looking for outside approval, you're not going to find it there.
Yeah, because if you always look for outside approval, here's the thing with that: you'll never be enough.
Ever.
You'll never be enough.
That's what I was talking about earlier about material possessions. People look desires. Get rid of desires. Do not get rid of desires your whole life. And I think that Miyamoto Musashi said your whole life long because he knows that there's constantly throughout life there's going to be something that you want, something you desire. Right. He says your whole life long is as a reminder. Okay, there's something you desire. Cut that out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because desire is a cup that you'll never fill.
Right, yeah.
Desire is a cup that you will never, ever fill.
That's right. Detroit say hedge fund managers have billions and nobody knows who they are. That is so true.
Exactly.
That's so true.
Now, you want to get into the rules of life from the Stoics?
The rules of life?
Mm.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to run through them because we're already at an hour mark. If you plan on dropping a link.
Yeah, we'll drop the link. The rules of life from the Stoics. Okay. Number 1, focus on what you can control. This is the chief task of life.
Right.
This is the number 1 rule from all Stoics. All the great Stoics, they all said this. Focus on what you can control. If it's up to me, it gets 100%. If it's not up to me, it gets 0%.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's nothing I can do about it. You know what I'm saying? Why focus on what we can control, because that's where our energy, effort, and emotions actually make the difference on what we can control. Say you find yourself in a situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
A situation that you really don't want to be in. Now, how you got in that situation, it's not really relevant to the moment. It's a good life lesson. Remember how you got there. You know what I'm saying? And if you got yourself in that situation, remember how you got there so you don't ever make that mistake again.
Right.
But you're in the situation now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing you can do about that.
Right.
You're in it. Nothing you can do. So you can't focus on that part. Mm-hmm. What can you focus on? Well, what can I be doing in the meantime? I can do this. I can't do that. What got me in this situation in the first place? Okay, I was lacking here. I was lacking there. I had too much of this stuff over here.
Mm-hmm.
So what can I do? Ease up off the stuff I had too much of, and put that energy into the things that I was weak at.
Mm-hmm.
Or things that you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Focus on what you can do. And like Napoleon felt, hey, most things just work themselves out, man. Well, worry about it. Again, you can't worry about, and worrying about it doesn't fix a problem. Worrying about it doesn't get you out of that situation.
Right.
Because worry causes you to panic and it causes you to lose focus.
Right.
Now, number 2, you control how you respond to things.
Right.
Epictetus, he says that we don't control what happens, but we control how we respond to what happens.
Right. Yeah.
Right. People don't keep this in mind, though. Why is this?
Because human beings are emotionally driven, men and women alike.
Hey.
As much as let YouTube talking points tell it, men aren't emotional. Yes, you are. You are. You are emotionally just as emotionally driven as women are. You just express them differently. Most of the time, men's emotions are expressed in anger or aggression, but it's an emotion nonetheless. And you have more than just anger or aggression, but you don't, like Ian Levine was saying, a lot of times, like we all have a rainbow of emotions, but we don't know how to identify the emotions themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't know how to identify the emotion to call it what it is. But so in order to control how you respond to a situation, you have to be in control of your emotions. And to pretend like, oh, I'm not emotional. You lying to yourself, because you are. But what people need to do is, and this is men and women alike, need to really tap into and really start looking into their emotions more. Because that's the only way you'll be able to control how you respond to a situation. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's not a problem at all. Hey, you got something to say? Say it. No, hey, it's your show too.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's your show too. I mean, I'm not here by myself.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. Otherwise, I'd be sitting up here looking goofy.
Right.
Is it Saturday?
Oh, Lord.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Next, number 3, because I only got there's a lot. We're gonna do another episode because of the rules of life from Stoics, because you can tell I've been studying this stuff, right?
Right.
I got 50 of them.
Right. So
we're gonna go through. Hold on, we're gonna get through these last two.
Go ahead and drop the link. So
we're gonna get these last two.
Join in the conversation. Feel free to click the link. In the meantime, go ahead and finish the next 3. You got 3. That's it.
Yeah, because I wasn't talking.
57. We had a 57-minute mark. 58. 3.
Yeah, I mean,
and keep your responses short. Let's go.
You're taking a lot of time. I mean, I'm just saying. You telling me I got 3 left? Let me hear me get through.
You're taking a lot of time. Let's go.
Ask yourself, is this essential?
Right.
How important is this? Like, say something comes up. Is this important? How important is it? You know what I'm saying? What do I put it in the hierarchy of things to do on my to-do list?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to always ask yourself that no matter what comes up. Is this essential? Is there something that has to be done? Okay, and number 4, this is the most important one. That's why I put this last on the list. This is one that I think of every single day. Meditate on your mentality every day. There's a saying, a Latin word. In the army, we had a motto. It's called "De oppresso libere." It means to liberate the oppressed. This one, according to the Stoics, is memento mori.
Oh, memento mori, yeah.
Yeah, it means remember your death.
Right.
Now, Marcus Aurelius says you could leave life right now. Life is, in other words, life is too short. People take people take things for granted. People take life for granted. They take opportunity for granted. The people in their lives that are important for granted. So in other words, people look, if you got someone that you love, tell them you love them. If you got something that you want to do, go do it. An accomplishment you want to achieve it. Someone if there's someone out there that you need to forgive them, because that person might be gone in a week or in 10 minutes.
Right.
And you'll never get that chance to say, hey, I forgive you. You never get that chance to say, I love you. That achievement you want to get, you never get the chance to do that because you don't know how long you're going to be here. You want to get a certification, go get it. Want to get a degree, go get it. Go and do it now. Why would you wait?
Right.
I mean, because then you run the more you take time to do these things that are necessary like that, the more of a risk you run of living the rest of your life with regret.
Yeah.
You
well, here's the thing. There are some things that a lot of people have to get past, like in order to get, in order to even see things in that way. Number one, people have to get out of being petty.
Yeah.
Like protect type of thing. Okay, this person did this to me. I don't like it, so I'm gonna get them back. I'm gonna do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just it goes back to the revenge and like sweating small stuff.
Yeah, it's
the grand scheme of things don't even matter. Don't even matter. It's funny. A friend of mine asked me one time because she was watching the show Manifest, and like for those of you who don't know, Manifest is a show where these people they disappeared and they were on a plane and they disappeared, kind of like Bermuda Triangle type of thing, and so nobody knew what happened to it. They were just assumed that, you know, to be deceased, and then like a decade later or something like that, like
5 years, wasn't it?
5 years, 5 years or something like that. They came back. And so, like, you know, they see their loved ones, like all the people who are on that plane, they see their loved ones and stuff like that, you know, 5 years later, like, you know, so, you know, they trying to catch up on what's going on. And one of the characters, her fiance or something like that, was like now with her best friend.
Ooh, really?
And so, like, my friend asked me, she was like, how would you feel about it? I'd be like, how could you? I was like, well, I mean, how could you really be upset? Because at the end of the day, they thought you were gone, like you were deceased. If my friend got with my fiance, you know, after I passed on, I'd be mad. How would you know? How would you know? And then on top of that, you're deceased. You're not coming back. Why does it matter? You know what I'm saying? My thing is this, like, they thought you were gone. Why does it matter?
Well, the thing is,
that's my thing, is that petty stuff.
Well, that's not exactly petty, because for the people on the plane, nothing ever happened. They weren't gone 5 years. They didn't know.
Here's the thing, and here's what Stoicism comes in too. There's another saying, Latin saying, amor fati, that means love of fate. The bottom line is, it happened. It wasn't in their control. They didn't do it to themselves. It happened. It was a situation they fell into. So now you have to deal with it. Embrace what happened and deal with it. You come back, and obviously things have changed. Nobody's hanging around waiting for you to come back when they didn't even know you were still alive.
Okay, how come we ain't pulling people in from the back up? I mean, where's the admin?
Oh, there we go.
Well, are you pulling people up, or is it Black David?
I think it's Black David.
Okay. Is anyone else coming up? The link's out there. What's up, Corey?
Hey, Corey.
What's going on? I didn't get to anywhere near the amount, because the part you're talking about, the love of fate, that's in my rules too. But right. I mean, I knew we weren't going to be able to get to all of it tonight. It's just too much. It's just too much. There's way too much that goes into Stoicism.
But the bottom line is, people have an issue with that too, a problem too with that. Just embracing things as they are. You know, a lot of times you can make plans for your life. You can say, okay, I want to achieve this by this time. I want to do this by this time. Or you can even say, okay, here are some of my life goals. And then you look around, you know, and usually like every decade or so, people look back, like before they hit the next decade. Like when you hit 19, you like, this is what I want to hit by by the time I'm 30. You hit 29 and you look back, you know, I'm like, oh God, okay, am I where I thought I was going to be at 30? And then, you know, another 10 years pass. Okay, am I where I thought I would be 10 years ago? And so, you know, a lot of times people get upset with where they are. When a lot of times there are factors that are involved in our lives that we have absolutely no control over.
None.
And you have to embrace that. You can't be bitter about it. You can't be mad about it. You have to embrace it. And once you do, things are a lot easier. Your perspective changes. You're not stressed out all in your chest and stuff like that, worrying about things that you you just don't have any control over. But anyway, all right, I'm done rambling. Hey, Tim. Hey, Corey. Huh?
Hey, I want to reaffirm what you said about men being emotional, because it says in the Bible that we can be angry, but we're not supposed to sin. You know, you're not supposed to let those emotions get the better of you.
Right, yeah.
But there are things and people and instances that will make you upset.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to master your own emotions.
Right. Right.
Or just realize in your mind that, okay, what this person says pissed me off, but it's a good way to catch yourself in the moment and keep the anger from lingering around.
Yeah.
And causing you to take an action that just is going to put you in a bad situation.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, even Jesus whipped people out of the temple. You got to put it in perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Even Jesus went into a temple and started tossing stuff around, man, kicking people out.
People talking about, I thought Christians were supposed to turn the other cheek. It's like, Jesus sat on the steps and braided a whip and used it. Just throwing it out there.
Right.
People get upset too easy. To get me upset, it's gonna take about 3, 4, 5 men.
It takes a lot for me to get upset too. You know what I mean? Most things I just try. I do my best. I'm human.
Right.
As we all are. Something catches us all. You know what I'm saying? But 9 times out of 10, when we think about it later on, we're like, was that really worth getting upset over?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is not. So I think we should all, practice, like, if something is getting us upset, let that be an alarm clock to us, and let us know, hey, I'm upset. Oh shit, is this essential? It goes back to that one. Is this essential? Ask yourself, is this essential? Right. And you should really think about it. Oh, he's just talking words. This person doesn't know me. He's on a YouTube platform or whatever. Like I said, yeah, these panels, especially the dust panels, like Scam likely told me that. He said, "No, it's good practice." What? Go to those dust panels. And he's absolutely right. It's like going to the gym. You come out better every time you come out of there. You come out better.
That's true.
It's like going to a gym. It is very good practice, man, for temperament.
I don't know. Sometimes I come out of the gym, I feel like a slug.
I know, right? Today was leg day, man. My legs feel like spaghetti.
Oh man.
Yeah, I went to a real gym, not like Trey. So, Scam likely.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. He don't want to pay real gym dues to go to a real gym. He wants to go to a place that's designed to keep people fat. Yeah, hang around, dude. Yeah, have more of your Tootsie Rolls that they have at the front desk.
I ain't got nothing to do with no Tootsie Roll, no candy, no bagel, no pizza. I ain't got nothing to do with none of that.
And you know, says, hold on. So hold on, Black David. Black David, mute up. Thank you.
So you want to tell mommy about it?
Black David, mute yourself. Thank you.
I apologize. I'm gonna beat my kid after that.
No, the point of me telling you to mute yourself is for you. I'm sorry, Black David. You're wide open for that one, man. You was wide open for it. You was wide open for that one, Black David.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah. Remember Appreciation Day, Trey? Yeah. Enjoy your pizza at a gym.
Oh, you talking about Planet Fitness?
You know what's funny? He keeps talking about this, but I go to the gym after midnight. I'm never there for any of this stuff.
Okay.
Never.
Okay. Okay, Trey.
Why you hating on $10 a month? That's what I don't understand.
You pay for what you get, Trey.
And you don't have to partake in the pizza just because even if you did pull up when they serve the pizza, you don't have to partake.
Thank you.
Trey goes to Planet Fatness.
Yeah, he does. Shout out to Leah out there in the chat. Hey, Leah, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching the content. Appreciate it. Shout out to Von Bryant in the chat.
Hey, Leah. Hey, Vaughn.
Yeah, Cody works out. He don't go to Planet Fitness. You know. Anyway, Scam Likely, you are next. What's up, man? What do you have on the topic?
Like I said, to get me off track, it's gonna take about 3, 4, 5 men.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're not playing that again, though. By the way, what do you think of Memento Mori? Remember your death. Meditating your death every day, huh?
You dead. Don't even worry about it no more.
Well, yeah. I mean, once you're dead, your problem's over. I get it, but what I'm saying is, what do you think of that? Like, it's for me, it's a good tool to remind myself that to not take things for granted.
Right.
Oh, that part, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because at any given moment.
Yeah, don't forget to live. There's a lot of people living to die instead of dying to live.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
We won't die quicker, but you know.
Yeah. Going to Planet Fatness.
Yeah, good topic though. Stoicism. Get knocked off the square too easy. And coming from a troll's mindset,
oh Lord,
we know how to push those buttons. It's the same button and work. You could line up about 70 panelists, and I know what button to press to knock them off their square. You come back 3 days later, say the same thing, knock them off the same square. I'm just saying.
Scam. Who hurt you?
right?
Those don't move me at all. Those don't even move my face.
Who hurt you?
Like, come on.
Somebody hurt you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So Trey, to you, sir.
Hey, hold up. Who put the Planet Fitness member thing on there? I didn't do that. Who did that?
Yo,
I don't know. I don't have admin privileges, so I can't do it.
Fatness.
David.
It says Planet Fatness. It really does. Wow.
All right, Black man. I see what you're doing.
Beside beside me is Scam Likely and Blackman on Facebook. One of the two did that.
Oh, well now I know who it was. Okay.
Okay, here's the thing. I want to ask you. First of all, what do you have on the topic? Then I'll ask you all the question because there's one in particular I want you guys' opinion on. What do you think of the topic? Comments, questions?
Was that for me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I like Stoicism. I have a 13-year-old son, so a lot of our conversations are about him trying to learn and understand how to be Stoic. It's a lot harder for him at his age. But for me, I had to learn that. Your first 8 weeks in the military will teach you how to be Stoic because they're gonna throw a lot of crap at you, and you got to be able to understand it, digest it, control your emotions. And then I spent 6 years on the street as a law enforcement officer. I've seen a lot of things that I probably should not. No human being should see. You got to be able to control your emotions, especially when they dealt with kids. I always felt my blood boiling a little bit when it was something that dealt with kids because I have kids. So you have to learn how to deal with Stoicism. I thought it was a great topic. I enjoyed it. There's one thing I will say though. I do live by the moniker that if it's not going to affect me in the next 5 years, I don't give it the next 5 minutes. And I don't focus on things that I can't control. This is one of the things that in my last relationship used to drive her insane because she always said, well, you just have this nonchalant attitude, like you just don't care. And I would say, well, I don't. Because in 5 years, neither one of us will be talking about it. It won't matter. So let's not give it the energy now. Let's focus on the things we can control. But this is a great topic. I love the idea of Stoicism. That's why I wanted to know what the reference was.
Yeah, it was the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius. I've revisited a lot of things dealing with philosophy. Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Lots of philosophy, especially here in 2023. Because now I can look at it with a different perspective and a different mindset. You know what I'm saying? And it is quite different nowadays, But I've always been interested in philosophy, And so those are the references, the philosophers that I cited tonight. So the question I want to ask you all about is understanding that you have the right to not have an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
I see a lot of people on these platforms, and they just give an opinion. And you see it clear as day now. I see it clear as day now. Like someone will ask a question and make a statement, and then they'll just blurt out something. I'm just like, you took no time to process this. Like I was on Big Mike Drops panel earlier today. This guy shows up from some manosphere panel or whatever. And I mean, I didn't mean to, but we ripped him apart with his words. Like he's like, it was like, bro, you just said that you believe in the patriarchy, right? Right. So why are you not following the tenets of patriarchy? Well, how am I not doing it? Well, you skipped over the father. It's his job to raise the grandson, but you said you're going to take the anyway. It was a big, it was a thing, and then Noble from the World Class showed up, and that was over, and it was over, all the way over. And then Tommy B, Tommy B showed up, and it was like, yeah, bro, you done.
Oh, I missed all the fun.
Yeah, you did, because you'd have showed back up then for that one, scam, because like man, like. The lack of active listening, the lack of emotional intelligence, and it was just you two talking point mafia, hive mind. It's like a high, it was like it's this stuff is looking to me like a hive mind mentality now. They all sound alike, and they all come, the red pill manosphere stuff. They all sound alike, and I disagree with again the 99% of this stuff. It's toxic at this point. It's problematic at best.
It's immature.
Very, very immature. But you got 50-year-old men who's walking around here talking this stuff. Like, see, who are you, Mandrell? Yeah. You're using sign language. He had the nerve to say that to me today. And I just bust.
Man, you're pandering.
Right, and I just bust out laughing. I was like, what do you mean? I said, I can't believe you just said that. What? I said, sign language. Speak to me like a person. That's what I told her. I said, speak to me like a person, man. Oh, anyway, Black David.
I want to say this. First and foremost, good evening, my brothers and sisters. Here we have a part of the country that build most of their law based on opinion. About 85 to 95% of people.
To be fair, Black David, if not opinions, what else are we going to base laws on?
I get it, but they have gone a little bit too far. If you look across the state.
Well, not really. It just, opinions is what they're based on. It's just people's opinions have changed on certain things.
So, I'll give you a good example. There's one law in Portland, Oregon.
Oh God!
Before you're allowed to use water in your house, you need a water license. If you don't have a water license, you can't take a shower without it. You cannot drink.
To charge you some money to get a license. That's all it is.
I know, but it's a bunch of bull.
That's a law, David, or is it a? Or is it a municipality policy?
I live in Oregon. I live here.
Is it a law?
We got some of the most back-asswards laws you've ever heard in your life.
You live in Oregon, Corey?
I live in Southwest Oregon. I'm a hell of a long ways from Portland.
Yeah, Portland borders Washington State.
Yeah,
Portland needs to slide off in the Columbia River. It's just trash. I'm being polite. We're live.
Corey, please stop. When you just my coworker out there, he said the same exact thing, but even worse. He said if Virtue were to go to war, this is New Portland, Oregon first. Before you can I was like,
he's not wrong. He's right. Yeah, there'd be no loss at all. I won't live any farther north than Eugene. From Eugene north on I-5 is pure garbage. You know they outlawed natural gas cooking stoves in Eugene for new houses? Because people are so delicate and soft, they're afraid they're going to blow their house up.
California's going to that too, right? Isn't California getting ready to they got legislation for that law too? Yeah,
we get this permanent skid mark that goes clear down I-5. You know, it's like a brown stain in the underwear. It's from Salem to gruesome Newsom in California. It's sad, folks. It's really sad.
So shout out to Dr. Nakimbe. I thought like mental health and stuff was was right up your alley, dude. I thought he'd be up on the panel, but I guess not. You coming, Dr. Nakimbe? Nakumbe? I apologize for butchering the name, man. My bad.
terrible.
But yeah.
But it did prove my point what I was trying to say, because when you have a society that want to make law on opinion, it starts from there and it spread like wildfire. Also, suddenly, I got an opinion. Everybody's opinion is law to them. So when you go to social media, I got the greatest opportunity to watch the matter of retarded idiots putting forth the most dumbest opinion ever. And I had to remind myself, I'm not the weird one no more. Everybody's weird. I'm the normal one. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, and understand people like I consider myself a stoic, but stoicism is something that's a constant practice throughout life. It's a constant practice throughout life. It's just like anything else. You're gonna some days you're gonna pass, some days you're gonna fail. But another aspect of stoicism is that you understand that failure is a part of life, and you learn to roll with it. Did I miss something? Why are people laughing just now?
Trey, can you read it?
There you go.
This is for you.
Black man. He said Black David has crocodile pelvis on sale for $5.99.
Hey, wait, hold up.
It's a weird community.
Okay, so Black David, if I say I buy this crocodile pelvis for $600, okay. Now, what am I supposed to do with it exactly? It's just a bone. How do I ingest it to get rid of the headache?
Talk to myself a black man, I'm supposed to, since you know all the deals.
Mandrell, you're not asking the right question. The better question is what did he do to this crocodile to get the pelvis?
Well, he killed it and cleaned it, obviously. But I mean, that part I got, Trey. That's easy enough. I mean, but he's in New York. You're right. That's a good question. How do you get a crocodile in New York?
It's in the sewer.
No.
That's a myth. Crocodiles ain't in New York like that. That's more of a southern thing.
We don't have crocodile in New York City.
Y'all got rats.
No, correction.
Those.
We don't have rat. We have splinter. Say it again.
Master Splinter.
They got a bunch of Master Splinters running around.
You mean the 80s, black? The 80s, black man. He said you have to use it like cocaine in the 90s. No, that would be the 80s, black man.
What black man did? He went to Louisiana.
Yeah, the 90s
crocodiles.
Crack.
Yeah, the 90s was crack. 80s.
In the 80s and 90s, we had rats. In the 20s,
you still got rats.
No, you don't understand. They're mutated.
Yeah, you still got rats.
David, y'all got like 2 million rats up there. It's like ridiculous.
It's way more than that, Trey. That's just an estimate. Trey, listen. Hold on. They got rats that fight cats and win.
That's not rat. That's splinters.
I'm not lying. Shamaria, am I lying?
That's disgusting.
Yeah, cats scared. Yeah, cats are scared of them.
I've heard about warp rats.
Sound like y'all in a state of emergency.
It's worse than that. You should know this. They're not rat no more. They're splinter. They have different gangs, different territory. Okay. You have some territory that a cat runs from, another territory that a raccoon runs from. When they come out in pack, the cat, even the dogs are like, look at that. I'm not saving you.
What you want me to do with that?
On the news one time last year, they showed a splinter pull a whole slice of pizza up the staircase. Everybody cleared away. They're like, I'm not messing with that boy right there.
Yeah,
a full slice of pizza dragging up the staircase. I'm like,
right. Yeah, them things ain't no joke.
Oh yeah,
so
like I said,
do you like have a hunting season for rats over there, or what? You like landowner?
Yeah, the thing is, Corey, hunting season for rats in New York is 24/7, 365.
Corey, I'm sorry to say this. Even the dog run from these splinters.
Right.
Who's hunting who?
Right.
Answer that question. Who's hunting who? You think the cat hunting the rat? The dog? No. The splinter hunting the cat. The splinter hunting the dogs. They running. They take it out. We done. We live in New York City.
Yeah, but Black David, I'm from the country. We use that tannerite on hogs and stuff.
If only we can have these splinter migrate down to the south, it would be great. Only problem is Mandrell will sue me for this.
Hold on a second. Because I live outside of DC. We don't need nothing coming south down here. We got plenty of problems as is in the DMV. Okay.
Yeah,
we don't need y'all rap problems. Yeah, exactly. Our cost of living is a problem.
Our rats are built different, honey. They ain't scared of nobody. They ain't scared of you.
Here's the problem. And a couple of friends come down to DC and meet Trey. Trey will pull out his gun and say, "You better stay back. Don't mess with a night move for this."
And it's super big.
Listen, I almost had to put down a neighbor's dog like 2 weeks ago. He came in he literally just let himself in my yard and my daughter. I didn't know the dog was in the yard. My daughter went outside and she came in screaming. She came in screaming. That's what are you screaming? It's a dog. It's a dog. I said, how is there a dog? The dog had came into our yard. It was somebody else's. It was somebody else's dog, and I told the lady, "Listen, your dog was getting ready to be on the nightly news. So I was getting ready to put him down."
Get somebody read this.
It's a mess.
All right.
Black David has Brooklyn Subway rat puppies on sale for $299.56 per puppy.
Hey, listen.
To hunt booger wolves and with old wig and beer bellies. Call now. Llama Espanol.
Para Espanol, prima el dos.
Right.
There we go.
Hey, Mandrell, to your point about the opinions. Unfortunately, YouTube and even in their mission statement, it says that it's a place to give everybody a voice. And that's a lie. That's really. Go read the mission statement for YouTube.
It is, but
it's in there.
It is in there.
It says to give everybody a voice.
He's right.
Give everybody a mic, not a voice.
It says voice. It says voice. That's why there's over 51 million channels on YouTube. Because everybody has something to say, and most of the time, what their opinion is conjecture. And so it takes a special kind of person to realize I don't know anything about this, so I'm going to be quiet.
Hey Trey, have you been held hostage by the Talking Point Mafia? Or not yet? Okay.
Why?
Trey?
No.
The next time you have dog problem.
Scam, you got to find a punchline, bro. Where's the punchline at?
I'm just asking because you're fairly new over here. I think I don't know if they held you hostage in the hallway or something.
No, I'm just making a point. Everybody has something to say.
I get it, but Trey, next time you have a dog problem, call
they're talking.
1-800-Sprinter.
Yeah, they're talking, but they really don't have anything to say. Most of them.
No, they don't have. They don't have any value to add to the conversation. Everybody has something. Everybody has something to say. Whether or not it's valuable is a completely different story.
That's fair.
That's facts.
Yeah, and another question is, what conversation? Is it a conversation or is it just a screaming match about nothing?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Leah in the chat, by the way. She says she's loving the positivity. Thank you, Leah. We love the positivity over here too.
Thank you.
That's one thing about the stoicism. My youngest is in the military, and he had a little bit of a problem with authority before he joined, and he struggled with it for the first year. But he'd call me, and then he'd ask me those questions, and I'm like, look, there's a different relationship between a dad and a son and a CO or a squad leader. These guys, they don't care who you are. Your job is to listen and do. And you can take your feelings and write a little letter and send it home to your mama if you need some coddling, but these guys are not going to give you that. And now he's been in there, he's enjoying it, and it fit him. So I think the stoicism is something that as men, especially as fathers, you need to have so you can pass on to your sons, especially. And you also need to pass it on to your daughters and what to look for in a husband or whatever they call it these days. There's too many terminologies for me to keep up with, and I don't care anymore. But
I get it. I get it, Cole. You got husband, you got simp, you got F boys, you got water boys.
Well, like the manosphere or the red pill brigade, they got all these little immature boyish talking points where they literally are so narrow-minded they can't even talk to a woman without being offended. My God, women are not like men. They are and they're not. They breathe air and they eat food, but their brain might work a little bit different. And you're so dense in the head you can't even figure it out. I mean,
yeah, they complain about men and women being different. Then they talk to the women like men, and then they complain about masculine women.
it's like an 8-year-old trying to have a conversation with a theologist. It ain't gonna work.
Right.
They complain about
Work.
talking in their feelings when they're actually women.
The age is irrelevant today. That's the scary part. There's men walking around my age, and I can't believe what's coming out of their mouth.
Wait, wait, hold on. Wait, your age, Corey?
Hey, don't go there.
What is it? No. Wait, what are they? I'm curious at your age, like in your peer group, what are they saying exactly?
Stuff that I was saying when I was in my 20s, they're still echoing in their 50s. Now that is wrong.
Look. I said it earlier. I said it on Big Mike Drops stream earlier, Scam. You got guys in their 50s taking this whole manosphere philosophy mindset and this red pill mindset. These guys are in their 50s, dude. 40s, 50s, 30s, 20s. It doesn't matter. And the worst of all are the kids in their teens. They're adopting this mindset that young and early. It's just not good, dude.
They're adapting and they ain't even live no life. But dude's 86 years old. My purpose.
My purpose. You're on your purpose, dude. You're about to check out of here pretty soon.
Man, your purpose expires in 86. Come on.
Right.
I'm like Spartan Destiny. He's talking about purpose.
Scam, this is for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Black David has Oklahoma
God.
Bat butt cheeks on sale for $1,000. They've almost been trained to bite baby mama's seeking child support unfairly. We're almost sold out. Get yours today. Si tú estás buscando las chapas, págame $100, 10 veces. Llama ya, ahora.
I think a lot of what you see is you just see a lot of men getting on these spaces and finally getting some level of therapy and some level of catharticism. They just finally being able to say some things they probably have been holding for the last 20 years, and they've been wanting to say it for a while. And now there's a platform where somebody's actually listening to them, and so they're going to say it. And it, to me, like a lot of it, even when I get on YouTube, I have to veer away from some of the stuff because it's repetitive, it's redundant. We beat that horse. We're saying the same things over and over and over and over again. And I think for a lot of guys, they just never had an opportunity to other than maybe in the barber shop, but
Hey Trey, here's my thing. If 50% of the population is women, how did they never get the chance to actually say and ask some of these questions?
Because they just didn't.
No, that means they can't talk to women at all.
Thank you.
I don't think that they can't. I don't think that it's that they can't talk to women. I think that a lot of guys just choose not to talk to women.
Wait, Trey.
Why would they choose?
Trey, you've seen these guys on these panels. They cannot talk to women, man.
Why would they choose not to? Why would that happen?
You would have to ask them individually. I don't know.
No, we know the answer.
No, you think you know the answer. The answer is
yes, I know the answer.
The answer is individually why certain people can and cannot talk to women. I don't know. I don't have a problem or issue saying what I need to say to a woman, but there are some guys who they're not built like that.
Have you heard them talk?
I've heard some of them talk. I haven't heard all of them talk.
Okay, Trey. Based on what you heard,
you're grouping everybody though.
Pretty much,
Trey.
So how are you not in that group?
I give you 3 months. You'll be back.
Right. I don't give him that long. Trey, hey, Scam. If Trey spends a good 3 days, honestly, looking at these guys, see the first day, he's not going to believe it. He's not going to believe it. Go this weekend, Trey. Friday night, watch Fight Club. Okay. Saturday night, watch Fight Club.
No, why?
Wait. And if you can stomach it, what you said, not all of them. Watch who pops up. Pay attention to everything. Wait, Trey. Pay attention to everything. Look at who comes up.
Representation of the millions of men in the country.
I didn't say all men.
I didn't say all men. Yeah, we're not saying all men.
You just used an example saying 50% of men, and now you're saying it's not all men. You said 50% of the population is women. So how? Okay, I'm confused.
No, you missed.
Can I say something? Can I say something real quick, and I'll jump back off because I'm up here with my son. Real quick, your scam likely. So listen, guys. I think that we should be fair. Okay. So what I mean by that is, yes, there are a lot of talking points that come from men, and what we men do. We just talked about last night. The men need to stand in their square. And they need to be able to stand for men and what men are doing. So if we're going to talk about men talking points every show, we must also talk about the talking points of other people as well, because they are talking about their same talking points every day as well against men like you and I. So I just want to keep it balanced and fair.
Dude. What about the women? That's one of the talking points.
I'm not talking about the women. I'm not.
What are you talking about?
Well,
let it go. Don't ask him. Let it go.
Mandrell blew a gasket right there.
Yes.
I'm not saying for how long do you talk? Like,
we have to be fair.
When you talk to a
YouTube's been
woman,
around since 2005. How long do you talk?
So many men talk to women and expect sex in return. They can't even carry on a conversation and not expect it. They're still fascinated by the fact that their penis works like that. They're immature as hell. Sorry, did that come out?
Hey Trey, in 3 months you'll either be one of them or you'll be with us saying, "Oh my God, man, these one of
No,
because it's getting so out of control."
It's not that I
the
can't
talking
see
point mafia is absorbing people.
It's not that I can't see what's in front of me. I can see what's obviously in front of me when it comes to the men. That's not the issue. But the same people who cry about the talking points, they are still saying the same exact things too. If you're crying about the talking points, every time you get on here, you're crying about the talking points. You're saying the same stuff. So at what point in time? So at what point in time does it get from, okay, we beat this horse? We know all the issues with the women. We know all the issues with the men.
That's impossible.
Okay.
This is why what I say. Hold on. This is why I said
material to attack the same thing. But I unsubscribe and I don't be over there in the dustpan. One by one, I'm sliding away from it because I can tell them what they're going to say. I can ask their questions and answer it faster than they can.
But Scam,
you can put 10 me on the
I could do that for you. I know exactly what you say. I know when you're going to change your voice to imitate somebody.
Oh, you're getting good. You're getting good. I'm going to take trolling up another level there. Time to take it up to another notch.
Like, trolls are going to be trolls. The people who come on here to beat the horse, they're going to beat the horse. Like,
I'm on here for the fun.
Pause.
I need some new material, but I need some new stuff to troll.
Here's the problem. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We need to start breaking up tribes. Because the word, not everybody is actually a man. I consider men to be a level of maturity. When I say they have men, adult males, and we have boys, you need to put them in the right category. It's the same you talk about women. You have women, we got ladies, we got adult females, and we got girls. Because females are a little more complicated. Only a very, very small percentage of females in the YouTube space fall in women. We had a small amount of mature people on the platform. A lot of them fall between ladies and adult females. They're going back and forth. The rest of them fall right down to girls. For guys, it's very easy to catch on. You have a few amount of guys who are mature, who are men. And we have adult male who like to hold on to the talking point. They go to the fight club and say who had the best talking point to use. The rest of them fall down to the boys section. Am I wrong, Kim Likely? Tell me if I'm wrong.
Hold on. One more thing, guys. Again, I know Mandrell almost blew a gasket a few minutes ago, so I won't mention things directly. However, guys, We have to be fair and balanced. We can't allow. No, I'm sorry, not allow. We can't say we're talking about talking points when we're not discussing talking points across the board. And what I'm saying is, it's becoming like the little hat people. You can't say anything like Mandrell's reaction right now. Oh my God! But it's easy to talk about the men's talking points, but it's oh my God when it's a balance across the board. We have to, if we're going to sit here and tell men that you're tired of their talking points, you have to be willing to tell other people and other people who bring up other things every day, same thing every day. We have to talk about those talking points as well. I just wanted to note that. And also, in closing, man, listen, Shu Shu, you look amazing tonight with this sweater. Beautiful. I don't know if it's Louis Vuitton. I don't know what it is, but it looks amazing.
Somebody. Can everybody mute up? Because that's a really, really bad echo.
It's probably Black David.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, his background sounds like a carnival in Arizona.
It ain't me.
Well, whoever just muted up, it was them. So anyway, we got
It was Shu Shu.
Yeah, actually was.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, I was gonna have my YouTube going in the background too. My bad.
Okay, cool. Now we have the information man who's come to the show. Shout out to the information man. Ishmael, he was talking bad about our mayor a week or two ago, and here's the thing: the mayor had it coming. He had it coming for what he done. I ain't gonna lie. Look, I can't defend that. I cannot deny this. Information man had every right to call out what he said. I picked at him, of course, but I agreed. I mean, you can't. When you say when Montgomery, Alabama is 60% black, 64% black, but then you say I don't need one black vote. All I got to do is get 32% of the white vote, and I win.
Oh Lord!
You got caught on audio being the mayor of Montgomery, Alabama, knowing how we are here.
Oh Lord!
You say something like that, we don't care. We don't care that you're black now. It's over.
Right.
You said what now?
Right.
You don't care about us, even though we got you. Got it.
Right.
Got you. Got it, Clarence Thomas. Got it, Clarence Thomas. But I'm not Clarence Thomas. What's the difference now? What's the difference? You're out of here. But he's white. Better than a race traitor.
Well, information man snitch on him. That's what he did.
I just wanted to let information man go.
I just wanted to make a point to reinforce what Trey had just said. Some of you may or may not know this. I see what goes on over in Fight Club. It's not new. Fight Club is nothing but a copycat of what we were doing some years ago on the Sunday Rumble over on O'Shea Dew Jackson's channel. I was part of the Sunday Rumble. Those were classic videos. No, there's none more classic than those videos. Who's who of YouTube were on those Sunday Rumbles. And he's right. What's happened is that we're continuing to reinforce continued conversations, regurgitate conversations that we keep recycling year in, year out. So at some point in time, you have to have some type of growth, and you have to move and elevate from certain types of topics or conversations that get old and stale. But I think a lot of people, they continue these conversations because there's money in it. There's monetization. And let's just be honest, black people and other people of other races, but we like train wrecks. We like to rubberneck and we like the effery. I tell you, any of you on this panel, if you created a channel tomorrow and you trolled in effery, you could have thousands of subscribers just like that. Because unfortunately, some of our people like that. Now, it doesn't mean that we can't have intelligent conversations. I mean, some of the conversations that I see that we've had over here on Black Men Unfiltered's channel and the things that you do over here with Shu Shu, brother Mandrell, you guys are having an intelligent conversation. I see what Sir Hell Truth is doing. Very intelligent, right? You know, because people are having the conversation. out to screaming and yelling. You know, every now and then you go at people. But I think those conversations are needed in an intelligent way. But the train wreck is something that people like. So a lot of these channels that are doing these sort of things, they've been copycatting off of what they saw on the Sunday Rumble some years back or ago. That's really what's going on. And none of this stuff is new. It's just regurgitating stuff. And let's be honest, people like to go on these big platforms like that because it helps to grow your channel. Let's be honest. Get up there, talk, get a reputation. Then people say, "Who's that?" Oh, okay, subscribe. Let's keep it on. It's a clearinghouse to build your channel. Get up there and talk shit. Let's keep it real. You know, that's just my 2 cents. You know, for whatever it's worth.
I just want to troll somebody, so but I don't know.
All right, well, no problem. We thank you for your input. No, we thank you for your input. And the thing is, we know it's nothing new. People do this all the time. Have these kind of conversations. You're right. We flock to and cling to nonsense. A lot of us do. Not everyone, but a lot of us do.
I'm guilty of it too. I'm not going to say that I'm guilty of it
because it's entertaining.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But I've gotten to the point, and I've taken to the stance that okay, I can find something better to do with my time.
It's getting to not be entertaining for me anymore.
Exactly.
Right. You watch it for a while, and then eventually you say, "Okay, let me fade away from this." It you know, it's just those things. But we seem to like it.
Information man, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Let's travel outside of YouTube because what gives me a headache is that we talk about the talking points on YouTube, but reality TV started 27 years ago.
Yes, sir.
And so reality TV has more influence than YouTube, right? Candy Burris does not know who Black Men Unfiltered is. She doesn't know about Fight Club. But she's on a show every week where women are throwing champagne in each other's face. They're beating the shit out of each other. They're pulling each other's wigs off. Husbands are throwing champagne in their wives' face. Ray J's pushing his girl in the pool. Love and hip hop, talking about whores and raising her son with whores and all this other stuff. So I think that reality TV, who reaches more people on a Wednesday night or a Friday night or a Saturday night, whatever day it comes on. And then you have not only the reality shows, then you have the TV shows. BET is producing so much trash right now, they need a receptacle the size of Mars. Because right now they have All the Queen's Men, about a woman who runs men and runs this. I don't even know the whole show because I don't watch the shit. But I know that they have shows on there that are horrible influences on women, horrible influences on men. Tyler Perry done lost his goddamn mind, right? Because I remember Tyler Perry used to wear a shirt that says "No cursing on my set." Now all of a sudden he got a little success and he cussing every other sentence now. So
because people like that.
Right. And so we're talking about YouTube talking points, but not one time have I heard anybody on this panel or any other panel talk about how influential it is to have Housewives of Atlanta, Housewives of New York, Love and Hip Hop Miami, Love and Hip Hop New York, right? Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, All the Queen's Men, all these different influential shows. Because let me tell you how I knew it was influential information, man, is when the woman started popping the fan. Right now, during that time, everybody and their mama was on their social media popping fans, right? Because she did it, right? It's so. I even heard Ricky Smiley say on his morning show, when are we going to start holding these producers, black producers, accountable for showing black people beating the shit out of each other, throwing wine at each other, and whooping each other's ass every episode? When are we going to start holding them accountable?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about that, black man.
Hold them accountable because they're not in control.
Exactly.
Right.
What I once learned in school is that he or she who controls the image, controls the message, controls the mind. So when you look at motion picture industry, what does it do? It enters your self-conscious mind without your permission. That's why they play music. They have dramatic sounds at certain points in a film or a TV show. So that excites people. And then they know that people love violence. People love a tragedy. and that gravitates. And then they package it with the hip hop because they know the younger generation will gravitate to the hip hop aspect of it. Remember, Cardi B got her first start on those shows. Why do we think, how you think she blew up? Because she got her start on those shows. So unfortunately, remember Bob Johnson back in the early 80s? People complained about those music videos, but then his argument and excuse was that, well, if you want me to continue to show you Team Summit and some news and this and that, we got to pay the bills and we need the videos. And the videos were very horrible, when you look back at it. So it's part of the American culture, and it's really in the dumps. That's what attracts people. And that's why if you create a YouTube channel that's based on those same sort of principles, you're going to have success in terms of numbers. When people are screaming, yelling, fighting at each other, it happens. It's the same effect of what you're going to see on television, but now it's even more potent because it's actually people that you see around YouTube going at each other. And then you can comment and get involved in it. So, but you know what? YouTube's got some nice tricks and treats for some of you, because eventually they're going to be getting rid of all of this stuff. They're coming down with policies, new policies all the time. And as YouTube becomes more, or it's already more corporate, and remember, a lot of these TV shows and a lot of these networks are pushing their YouTube channels on the platform now, and they're going to marginalize us. And if you traffic in a lot of effery, eventually YouTube's going to say, you know what, it ain't worth it. The little bit of money I make from your channel is not worth it. You got to go. And it's coming. People are going to be in a rude awakening. And if you're not able to adapt your content to the changes and adapt to it, you're going to be gone. It's coming. It's coming. Just one step at a time. It's coming.
Mandrell, you had a question for me? I thought you was asking me something.
Yeah, the thing is, when you talk about reality TV shows, we were just talking about Stoicism tonight. And I understand you already had an engagement tonight, so you might have missed that part. But we were talking about with Stoicism, you focus on what you can control. We can't control reality TV. We're not executives. We don't work in the building or anything like that. We don't know anyone who produces these shows, so we can't control that. However, you have a platform here, Black Men Unfiltered, where you can reach people. You can influence people. You can get a message to people. You can try your best to, what we can do is reach people from other platforms and try to steer them in the right direction. Or at least give them a different perspective, something different to think about, something else to look at. And the magic in your platform is the variety. All you really have to do is not have the same conversation everyone else is having. Mm-hmm. The variety of your platform is your magic. Unapologetic with Mandrell, vastly different from every show you have on this platform. Barbershop Conversation, vastly different from every other show on this platform. The Dustosphere, it's an improv show. All improv, and it's brilliant. The show with Coach K and Dr. Nakumbe, vastly different from any other show that you have on this platform. Mm-hmm. It's a whole, I've said this before, I don't think you took me seriously, but I told you, dude, you're running a whole television channel here.
Yeah, you are. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So my thing is, you don't understand what power you have. I mean, so what you have to do is what your focus should be on, in my opinion, is producing quality content on the shows that you host and make sure they're different from everyone else. You can't have the same conversation because everyone with two brain cells to rub together is tired of hearing that. And that's, in my opinion, that's the best direction to go in.
Black Men Unfiltered. How long have you?
That's the only reason why I'm here. Where am I going to get a conversation on a Wednesday night about Stoicism? Mm-hmm. Seriously, I mean, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of the conversation. You had a conversation last week with Doc and Coach K and talking about, mental health and therapy. Mm-hmm. Where are you getting those conversations? You're not getting them at the Fight Club. That's for damn sure. You know what I mean? You're not getting those conversations. I think you're headed in the right direction. But unfortunately, there is a sickness within our culture. There are some people just within our culture that they don't want this type of content. They like the negativity. They like the chaos. It's attractive to them. And unfortunately, at some point in time, hopefully, over time, our community will get healed and will get away from that nonsense. But as long as the small hats know that this makes a lot of money, we're going to continue to keep seeing it.
I wonder. That's a good point Trey's making. Black Men Unfiltered. I want to ask you this question. How long have you had the channel?
A year and 3 months.
Okay, let's let you know something. Do you know that you're still like an infant baby in the YouTube sphere? What happens is you need to continue making videos. Stick to what you do. This is how it works. People are going to gravitate towards the negativity, and eventually some people are going to peel off from it. And they're eventually going to say, I want to look for a channel that gives me, I went through the same thing, but that's why I'm telling you from experience. I just kind of stuck to what I do. And eventually people were peeling off from the negative. They wanted something more refreshing, something different, like Mandrell's saying to you. So if you only have had this channel for a year, think long term where this channel or the network is going to be 3 years from now, 2 years, 5, 6. It will grow. YouTube is not a sprint. It's a marathon for some people. Now, check this out. Listen to what I'm telling you here. It doesn't matter how many subs you have. It matters how quality the content is. Okay. I rather have smaller number of subs that are quality subs. What does that mean? People that actually are watching the content versus a lot of subs. And you say, well, this person got a lot of subs, but nobody's watching the shit. You got to think about it like that. You want quality subs, and those subs your channel may grow slowly, but it will grow steadily. Right. And so through utilizing all the different social medias, make sure you're utilizing the YouTube shorts because you gain subscribers through the YouTube shorts. It's all these different things to monetize the channel. The way you're titling your shows, the way you put the metadata in there. Like, for example, I see people making this mistake all the time. When you have a title, YouTube tells you this in their system. You need to have a description that helps the algorithms to understand who they should be sending the videos to. All these things, the tags, the descriptions, right? The thumbnail goes along with all of that. That's very important. So your channel is going to grow, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep focusing on the mission that everyone has over here. And you can't judge yourself by where you are right now, because your channel is going to be bigger down the road if you stay consistent at what you're doing. You have to stay consistent. And you have to be your biggest marketer, you got to be the ticket salesman, the popcorn popper. You got to be your biggest everything to push the channel.
Yeah, like
and really dig into your analytics heavily, because your analytics are telling you where your audience, you can find out where most people watch your channel at right now in your analytics. If you go into advanced analytics, it will tell you got more people watching you in Chicago, over here, and that may help you to redirect when you go live or when you should upload videos. All of that.
Well, I appreciate you, big brother, as always.
Yeah,
man.
I'm gonna work with you behind the scenes on that, brother.
Absolutely.
All right. Well,
let me answer this. And I'm glad.
Black David, it's been 2 hours almost, and we have to move on to final thoughts.
Okay. I'm sorry I took up all the time.
Unless you want us to play your video, Black David.
It's
Don't stop right now. Do not. Trey, cut it out.
Okay, cool. Yeah. We gotta you're a fine information man. So Black David, put it in your final thoughts. What you got to say? Oh, final thoughts. Since you just popped up here, Black Men Unfiltered. What are your final thoughts?
Well, I think that good show, man. I was with the kiddo tonight. My son you're gonna be proud of JJ. He just tomorrow he's signing up for jiu-jitsu. So
okay.
Yeah, so he'll be talking to you. He'll be saying, "Call Uncle Mandrell," so he can see me fight. Yeah, man. So good show from what I heard, man. Great conversation, man. And you know what? It is good, man. Thank you guys for all the compliments and the love, man. I really appreciate it. I couldn't do it without you guys either, man. Shu Shu, Mandrell, Dusto, Black David. Man, you guys have been rocking with me for a very, very long time, man. And I appreciate each and every one of you. and it's just much love, man. Especially after last night, you know, all the love and all the pouring in of love, man. It was amazing. So great show tonight, man. No arguing, no fussing. Mandrell still had to put a pillow on the seat to get in the camera. But other than that, I just want you guys to know that I love you dearly. And to say to Black David, man, Black David, I appreciate you.
Black David, it's Jesus. Wake up, Black David. Black David!
Oh, Lord. Oh,
Lord. Why?
They caught you sleeping, man. You put me to sleep.
They give me every time. He wake up, he be nine.
That was funny. You clipped him, man. Boy. He clipped you, boy. He clipped you there.
Did you see the drool coming out of his mouth? Information man.
Yeah, the special effects.
Yeah, you saw the drool coming out of his mouth.
Black man.
Why? All right, we're gonna move on to Scam Likely. Hold on, Blake David. You can get him in a minute. Scam Likely, final thoughts, please.
Pay attention to the conversations that are being had. Make sure you're listening. Make sure you're observing. Just know what's going on. It is what it is. That's all I got.
Thank you very much. Now, Black David, you have.
I'm gonna make it real quick.
Black David, you have a maximum of 2 minutes.
I'll make it
okay.
quick.
Wait. I'm gonna. Black David, listen.
It's jazzercise.
Yeah, you're right. Jazzercise. Corey.
Oh, sorry.
Jazzercise. Nice name drop. Okay, let me tighten up. Get Black David.
I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
I'm gonna show up in Texas, super swole and scary. I'll bring a couple of billy goats to chase after black men so he can lose a bunch of weight.
Billy goats?
Yeah, because
okay, keep going. Hey, clock's ticking. Tick tock.
Either way, we need to make a change on this thing. I've been working on my channel as well to be more tech conversation, not the goat conversation black men trying to put on me. And I'm not that big anyway. That being said, black men, I'm coming for you.
Hey, listen, man. Sure. Don't feel bad. Information man here tonight too.
Stop, Steve, and listen to me. God walked down to the bandit sea. He declared that he was the Tenants of Manhood, and then he decided to destroy the land.
I do like that. I ain't gonna lie. Thank you, Black David. Yeah, Trey. Yeah, it looks. Doesn't it look like he could be his uncle or something?
But his better than mine.
I know, Trey. I don't know where black men. Don't ask me.
I'm terrified right now.
Hey, Trey. People have asked me, "Hey, where does black man find the little shorts and stuff?" I don't know where you find that stuff, man. You ain't asked? I don't ask. I don't bother.
Trey, do not get caught slipping on this platform. You will end up a meme. Okay.
All I do is film, honey. I don't work a 9 to 5.
Something wrong with feminine. I love it.
All right, now Trey,
you got 3 of me on this thing. Please,
it is your turn. Final thoughts, please, Trey.
Yeah, I won't take long. Listen, I mean, Information Man had spoke on it earlier about guys that were on YouTube and saw a lot of negativity and got tired of it. I'm one of those guys. I got tired of seeing the same thing, hearing the same thing, listening to the same talking points according to Scam, and I started looking for something a little bit more positive, and that's how I got to this network. I look forward to you guys and the conversation you have, because it is so different than what everybody else and the content that a lot of other people are putting out. Like I said, it's very rare for you to, for me at 11:34 p.m. on a Wednesday night to see a conversation about Stoicism. So I hope that you guys continue. I wish you, nothing but success and luck. And anytime that I have anything of value to add to the conversation, I will add it. I won't just be talking, but I will add it. And I wish the best for all of you. I really do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
Very well appreciated words.
Very good words.
Hey, Mandrell, before you go, I want to say one last thing, and I'm gonna be out. Trey, thank you for being here too, man. I appreciate you, brother, for coming in and dropping those jewels. Because one thing that you don't know about is that Mandrell and Shu Shu have cousins, and I have a video of their cousins. Matter of fact, I'm not going to do. I'm just going to let you see.
I mean, she working with something there. You gotta admit. You gotta admit. Get y'all cousins off that screen.
Oh, Trey. We also have a record company. Black Man Unfiltered has a record company, but it's under another umbrella. We call it Good Enough Records. Mandrell was good enough to bless us a few months ago. It went platinum. He blessed us with the Mandrell two-step.
Like a short Mike Tyson.
Right. It looks like a little Mike Tyson.
Yo, go ahead. Hey, listen, I don't ever have to work abs in the gym anymore because I be laughing so hard.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. If he had the one with the birthday thing, that one was funnier than the Mandrell two-step. It was a little midget.
Well, and you know what? Shu Shu came on right after Mandrell, and Shu Shu, what Mandrell didn't know, that Shu Shu had an outside sister, right? But she wasn't as fortunate enough to be as beautiful as Shu Shu, but we still love her.
This girl is on fire. This girl is fire. This girl is on fire.
Oh my God. Help us, Jesus.
Like the experience, isn't it, Trey? All right, Corey, have you
I'm glad he didn't show the old one he did of me before the first one. I'm glad that one won.
Corey Hager, have you gone yet?
Hey, Shu Shu, real quick. Were you ever on Law and Order?
Yes, she was.
Yes, she was.
Okay, I thought she looked familiar.
Oh, she got another fan.
I keep looking at her and I'm like, she looks familiar.
Yeah, she was on Law and Order.
Oh, shook.
All right, Corey Hager, final thoughts.
Oh, final thoughts. I just have to say I appreciate everybody on this panel, everybody in the chat. This show is awesome. You never know what you're going to get. It's like going to a buffet, and it's always changing every day and every minute and every second. And, you go from jazzercising to Tiny Tyson, and I don't know who Shu Shu's sister is, but she's charming.
I like how you said she's charming.
But, Black Man, I wanted to tell you, when you showed up on that divested channel where they went in on you, and I just left because I was going to have a bad moment. That guy with the fleur-de-lis on his face, that avatar, he actually burnt himself, so he's gone. I kind of got a kick out of that. But
he burned himself.
Yeah, he got in a fight with the channel guy.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
Oh, yeah.
Because I saw a picture of his wife, and that's how we ended up with our sponsor.
Hi there, Black Men Unfiltered. Listen, today we have a special offer. We have the Wig Snatcher 1000 on sale for $19.99. Get yours now. Are you tired of your wife getting up every day looking like Rick James? Are you tired of your wife getting up every day looking like James Brown? You don't have to do it any longer. You don't have to suffer anymore. We have the Wig Snatcher 1000. We have them on sale now, $19.99. Get yours today.
Yeah, I ended up seeing his wife. She looked like she was a linebacker for the Luciferians.
Ooh.
Oh,
hey,
and so
man.
yeah.
I need you to send me some information. I think I got the wrong address to send you that book.
Oh, absolutely, brother. Whatever you need, man. Hey, inbox me or email me at blackmanunfiltered@gmail.com, and I'll get it to you.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, Dr. Nkumbe.
This channel is just awesome, you guys. Everybody from everywhere. I mean, I feel like the token white guy in here, you know? It's just cool.
Corey comes in here and talk about, he goes, dang, who turned out all the lights?
Oh, no.
Hey, thank you, Dr. Nkumbe, for the $20. He said he wants the violin, guys, so I'll give it to him real quick.
Oh, let me slow it down. Rapping with the singing, I be swinging. You can get it all free like welfare. Back to the beginning, know what I told ya. I got 2 degrees, now I'm dumb rich. This sound like some 718 shit. The living weirdo on the same shit. Damien, let's go violinist.
All right, thank you very much for that. Charming. Information Man, you're up.
Oh, no, all I have to say is thank you for having me on and letting me speak. As always, great channel, great topics from a different perspective. Keep doing what you're doing. The channel is still young and sky's the limit for the future. That's how you have to look at it. And you'll see that success with the energy that you put into it. So thank you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank
you.
you.
All right. No problem. Thank you very much. Okay. So what is that?
Not me.
Black David, mute up.
I think it's Black David. I think he has his practice music. Yeah, he's stripping tonight for the Baby Oil Coalition. So I think he has the practice music on in the background.
It's Black David. Thank you. Black David, I have to remind you 12 times a night to mute up. I think this is routine now.
And I apologize because I didn't know my kid again becoming knucklehead when I told her what to do.
No problem, man. I'm just
all I gotta do after the show, I'll do some truth flex and some power bombs.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Black David's teaching jazzercise and yoga classes with coconut oil and
No, that is black satin. I don't slip.
Oh, black satin.
Yeah. Sir Hell is black satin. Black David is the Nigerian sledgehammer.
Ah, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much. That is our show for tonight on Stoicism.
Don't, Dre.
Black David, I'm trying to end the show.
Oh, wait. Before we end it, Blackbeard, you got to what time? Like, my name is Hair. Yeah, don't call me Slave. Hold the hell. Do it one time.
My name is Rosa. They say I'm supposed to sit in the back, but I'm tired of hell, so I'm finna sit right closer. Come get me up then. It's gonna take about 3, 4, 5 men. And I ain't finna repeat myself again. Fight me. Somebody get her. My name is Eve. Yeah. I didn't believe. Yeah. I trusted Satan, ate that apple, he deceived. Yeah. And yeah, I'm naked. I thought I was awakened. I'm the first to do it. Y'all my daughters, we related. Yeah. Trick on Big Harry. Yeah. Don't call me slave hoe. The hell? From the underground railroad, bustin' down mouth of dope. When I say run, you better go. In the dark, that Glocky glow.
Okay.
She said kick down master's door. When I say run, you better go.
Oh my God. They give me every time.
Hey, Mandrell, I'll be listening to that on the way to the gym, bro.
No, I don't. No, I do not. I most certainly do not. No.
That's his treadmill motivation.
No way. No, sir.
Mandrell be on the treadmill. My name is Harry. Don't call me slave ho. They be like, oh my God.
The hell? Booty shaking right
that super expensive gym that you go to?
It's not super expensive gym, dude. It's like $25 a month.
It's more than $10. That's expensive, man.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see. We're
in a recession depression, man.
Okay, cool. You know what? I got something for you. Don't even worry about it. But I'm gonna give you hell. You hear me? You hear me, Trey? Whoa! I'm gonna show you. No, stop, Black David. I'm gonna show you, Trey, just how much your $10 a month Planet Fatness is gonna get you. I'm gonna prove it to you.
Are you challenging me to something?
I'm gonna prove it to you. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Get out of here! Just get out of here! And F you! Just get out of here!
All I gotta say is, get to work. That's our show for tonight, people. Thank you for coming for our fourth installment of Tenants of Manhood, ʻstōə́sizəm. So thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Join us next week.
Back on the show.
Black David, it's Jesus. Wake up, Black David. Black David!
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.